Saturday morning in North Carolina. It's a beautiful day, and today I bring 2 new cars home to my shop, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know if you can tell or not. We're on our way to Durham, North Carolina to meet a tow truck driver, and we're gonna get these cars secured on a flatbed and get them back to my house. I'm not gonna tell you what they are yet. You're gonna have to wait until we get there, build the suspense a little bit. But a little bit of background on this is a friend of mine who lives up in Durham collects classic cars, and he builds furniture out of them. I'll put a link to his Facebook page in the description below. His name is Mark, and Mark, he runs across cars that no one else will ever see or find. And I got a chance to talk with him last week about, you know, the stuff that he finds and how he gets it and all this stuff. And it's really cool. What he does is basically just goes and knocks on doors, you know, drives around, and if he sees something in a field, he'll go ask about it. And Mark comes across some really cool stuff. Now, Mark's a whole lot taller than me, and he has this cool obsession with small cars, which I think is great, you know. But him and his wife Lola, both really cool people, and I just want to give them a big shout out for helping me find these 2 cars that I'm going to get today. So we'll take a quick trip to Durham. It's about 45 minutes away. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll show you guys what we're going to pick up. Okay, we're here. We are at a storage lot right by the airport, Durham-Raleigh border. Are you guys ready to see what I've got myself into? Let's go take a look. One of the cars is right here. There you go. What do you think about that? I don't know what to think about that. So, there's one of the cars. It's another Packard. I do not know what year. I do not know what model. I tried to do a little bit of research on it yesterday, but I didn't have the body number or anything. I haven't even looked in the car. When I came here the other day, it was getting dark, so I came in, looked real quick, and then I left. But yeah, there's one of the cars. You guys know that I have a little bit of a love for Packards. My great-grandfather worked at Packard in Detroit. I never got to meet him, but my grandpa would always tell me stories about how his dad worked at Packard and, you know, moved him to Detroit from Virginia. And that's where I grew up, was right around Detroit. So I've always had a love for Packards. And I'll give you a little bit more of a story here in a little bit, but these cars were supposed to be crushed last week. They've been in this storage lot for 20, 30 years, just sitting here. No one's paid on them in a long time. The owner of the storage lot doesn't even have paperwork on them. They've been here for so long. So instead of these cars getting crushed, I'm gonna take them back to my house and figure out what to do with them. So let's go look at the other car real quick. All right, so down this little gravel road here next to the storage lot, we've got another Packard, and this is a 4-door. As far as I can tell, it's a Cavalier, just like the one that I already have at my house. But again, I haven't looked at the body number. The only thing I can really do is look at the outside of the car. I haven't opened any doors or anything. I don't think so. Hopefully the tow truck guy has everything.
Huh? I could probably use it. Old Packard.
Yeah.
I remember.
All right, so that was a little interesting. I just met the caretaker of this place. He lives back here and is supposed to be watching over the property. Older guy, a little bit hard of hearing, and talking to me about how long these cars have been here, and he's sad to see him go. So I think my tow truck is here. Let's go talk to him real quick and we'll get one of these things loaded up. All right guys, while we're waiting for the tow truck to show up, I'll give you a little bit more background on what I know on these cars. So like I said, they've been sitting here for a long time. My buddy Mark bought a couple other cars off this lot just the other day to save them, you know, keep them from getting crushed or destroyed. And these two cars are in pretty rough shape, the two Packards that I'm picking up. But they both have engines, transmissions, and rear ends under them. The interiors are shot, but both cars have a bunch of chrome stacked inside the cars. There's an extra door over here, and there's also an extra fender, which I'll probably have to put in the back of the Tahoe to get it home. The glass is good, most of the trim is there. The grill is missing out of one of the cars. So good parts cars. I don't think these things are ever going to be on the road again. The bodies are just too far gone. But kind of cool for me to be able to come out here and get these cars and save them from being crushed, even if I just use parts off of them or take parts off of them and help other people get their Packards back on the road. So I've never been much of an old car guy. I just have this weird connection with Packards. So that's why I'm doing this, just to try to help the Packard community out, I guess, and maybe make someone else who owns a Packard happy. You know, they're looking for a side glass. Well, I've got one. They're looking for a bumper. I've got that. But like I said, they are in pretty rough shape, but hopefully we can get some parts off of these. So you can see these used to be undercover. They had tarps on them, but over the years they've just blown off. All right, so our buddy Ron has arrived with the tow truck and a trailer. I thought we were gonna make 2 trips, but apparently Ron is going to get them both at the same time. So we're just trying to work out how to do that right now. The one tire still has air in it. It's amazing. Okay, so we have Packard number 1 on the trailer. Ron doing some tricky with the rollback. Super glad that he's able to come out here and give me a hand. If you guys need any towing, quick response towing and recovery in Raleigh, they are definitely your go-to. So now we're gonna try to get the second one on the rollback, hook the trailer back up, and then we're gonna hit the road. First casualty of the day. That's what we want, right in there. The rest of the car is pretty much junk, now that I'm getting a real good look at it. Alright, so after about an hour, we've got both cars loaded up and strapped down. A little worse shape than I thought they were in, but still, I'm loving this experience today. I'm having so much fun, and hopefully Ron is too. Ron's a hell of a tow truck driver, and he's hooking it up on these things. So roll by, we'll get them home. Going down the highway. They haven't moved in over 30 years. Finally getting some miles on them. Well, they made it, and all the pieces are still there, it looks like. See if we can get these things off the trailer, and then we're after fighting them, trying to get them off the trailer and the rollback, they're here. I wonder what my neighbors are gonna think of me. But anyway, what I'm gonna do for the rest of the afternoon is I'm gonna find the body numbers on these, try to identify them and figure out exactly what they are. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a Cavalier, and I think that's a 250 Mayfair is what it's called. So the Mayfairs had these 3 scallops on the quarter panels. Missing one here, but from what I understand is there's a bunch of stuff in the trunk. So I might pop the trunk open real quick and see how ugly it is in there. So both cars have a bunch of chrome inside. You can see here. Looks like well, there is a window. Nope, it's broken. So this window's broken out, but the glove box is open. And then there's a radiator in here, some radiator hoses, hubcaps. Looks like someone was working on it at one time. There's a gigantic hole in the floor. But yeah, headliner's still in it, which is kind of crazy. So this one's really not in that bad a shape. That guy right there is in bad shape. So there's a bunch of stuff in the trunk of this one as well. You can see there's been some stuff living inside. Most of the glass is in it. I can't get the doors open, but there's an extra door in the back of this one. Glove box is closed, no keys. So yeah, I'm gonna find the body numbers on these, start trying to figure out what they are and what engines are in them. So from what I'm told, the 4-door has the big 9-bearing motor in it, and this guy's got the 5-bearing motor in it. So basically that's all I'm really going to use these for. I don't know if the body parts are worth anything to anyone. All the fenders are in pretty good shape. The doors on this one are roached. Fender skirts are good. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time out here, it's getting hot, and go through, see what I've got and see how bad it really is, and then at least get the body numbers off so I can start doing the research. But look at this. The tires are holding air. That one not so much, but that one is. And then of course I've got my baby over here, which is hopefully going to get some donor parts off these 2 cars to get it buttoned up. So I also need to do some research on this and figure out what motor's in it, because it's supposed to be the 9-bearing motor, might be the 5. So there we go, guys. We got 3 Packards back at the house. So I'm pretty excited. I'm sure my neighbors are going to hate me, but I think it's cool. You know, we saved something that would have otherwise been crushed. You know, some history, some Detroit history. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.